You're knowing what you're wanting, more or less. A changing thing. You're loving the contrast, yes. No. We've noticed that as we feel your vibration, when we ask you about your appreciation of the contrast of your time and place, that you are more eager to say, yes, you are enjoying it when there is not very much. And the more contrast there is, the more you would like it to be less. And that is natural, isn't it? Because when you look at things that make you feel good, it is easy to feel good. And when you look at things that are not so good feeling in nature, then you have more work to do, don't you? And it is not so much that you are lazy. Well, maybe a little of that. It is that you are knowing from the very depths of the being that you are wanting to feel good. And so anything that perpetuates the ease of feeling good certainly is something worth wanting. But there is a trap in it, isn't there? When you come to depend upon good feeling things as the reason for you to feel good, now you must fall into that range that so much of your physical human population has fallen into, which is that of needing to control the environment. And that's hard because it is impossible. You cannot control environments. And so if it is necessary for you to control the environment in order to feel good, we'd need a very long seminar. But when you come to the place that it is not necessary that outside conditions be subdued or contained, but instead you have discovered the ease of adjusting your own vibration, the ease of being specific about what you give your attention to. When you discover how wonderful it is to practice thoughts until they become more active in your vibration, so then they are easier to find. And you practice those kinds of good-feeling thoughts so much that the thoughts that don't feel so good aren't close into your vibrational range. Then what happens is your world just continues to evolve into better and better good-feeling situations. And when you find yourself minding your own business, it's easy to stay on a good-feeling track. In other words, you would have to turn on your television and go far outside your personal experience to find something to feel bad about. We encourage you not to go too far outside of your own personal experience. Once you get your vibration into a place that it feels pretty good, then it's very easy because you're emitting a vibration that feels good. Law of attraction brings to you more things like it that feel good. More things that feel good manifest in your experience. You observe more of the things of your own experience. In other words, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. It's only when you believe, as so many humans do, it gives them so much trouble, that they should look everywhere in the world, that everything that is in the world is their personal business. They formulate opinions about things that have nothing to do with them, and in that looking at unwanted things and pushing against it, they mess up their own personal vibration, so then their own personal point of attraction is affected. So, you heard two messages from us just now. The biggest one is you are the creator of your own experience, and you do it by setting your own vibrational tone. And law of attraction does everything else. The second very lovingly offered message is it is very good to mind your own business. Because when you are minding your own business, there is not so much for you to need to control. Only your own vibration. And you know, you can so easily control your own vibration because it is responding to whatever you're giving your attention to. You know how you had that experience a long time ago, and when you think about it, it doesn't make you feel good. So over the years, you just don't think about that. And sometimes somebody in your family who knows about it wants to bring it up, and you just don't go there. You say, I don't want to talk about that. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about being as particular about what you think as you are about what you wear, for example, or what you eat. You just don't go into that restaurant where there's all that mystery food. things you've never seen before with odd smells and names. We don't see you eagerly putting it into your mouth. Most of you poke at it a little bit at least to see if you can figure out what it is. And so we are just encouraging that you use the same simple discretion about the thoughts that you ponder as you would about anything else that is important to you. And as you begin to deliberately think and deliberately focus and deliberately speak, you just get feeling better and better and better and better until you really begin to recognize that this is not one big world that all humans are sharing. It is a world full of individual worlds that are individually created by individual perceivers or offerers of vibration. It is so delicious when you begin to direct your thought purposefully, which means you direct your vibration purposefully, which means you direct everything that happens in your life experience purposefully. And that's what you intended when you came forth into this magnificent time-space reality. You said, what a wonderful time to be physically focused here. So much variety, which gives me so much opportunity to choose. And you knew that out of that contrast, constant preferences would be born within you. And as those preferences are born within you, that is your point of asking. Many physical humans don't understand that the asking is that desire that is born within you. It is a vibrational thing that happens. You can ask with your words, and sometimes you do, and sometimes the words are even a vibrational match to the vibration that is within you. But the universe is not responding to your words. The universe is responding to the vibration that emanates from you. So very often, right in the middle of something that you really don't want, your strongest asking about what you do want takes place. And every time, under any conditions that asking occurs within you, source energy immediately responds. You say it in your physical terms as beautifully as it could ever be said, ask and it is given. And no truer words have ever been offered by any of you. So sometimes our physical friends will say, well, Abraham, something must be wrong because I know I've been asking. Where is it? I've been asking and asking, and it is not showing up in my experience. I am sick and I am asking for wellness. Why am I not well? I don't have enough money to pay my bills, and I know I'm asking for more money. Why isn't the money coming? And we say it is not because you are not asking, for you are, even if you cannot speak. And it is not because source energy is not answering, because it always is. It can only be that you are not letting it in. So there are 3 steps. Step 1 is ask. You don't have to work hard at that. Your life experience will help you do that constantly, all day, every day. Step 2 is answer. That's not your work. Source energy, universal forces, law of attraction all take care of that. Step 3 is really where your work is. It is you must be in the receiving mode of what you are asking for, which simply means you've got to be a vibrational match to the desire. You have to be a vibrational match to well-being before well-being can be your experience. You have to be a vibrational match to wellness before wellness can be your experience. So if you are looking at illness, your own or someone else's, and you're feeling frightened about the idea of it, that fear is your indicator that you're not a vibrational match to the wellness that you're asking for. When you feel negative emotion, it always means you're a vibrational match to something you don't want. When you feel positive emotion, it always means you are a vibrational match to something that you do want. Glorious, in the moment, spontaneous, ever-present guidance you brought with you. So when the broadcasting station sends a signal, if you want to hear what they're playing, you have to set your tuner receiver to the same frequency. And this is exactly the same thing. You must set your vibrational frequency to the well-being that you're asking for in order to let it in. We really want you to hear the words let it in, because so many people do not understand that well-being is the order of the day. In other words, well-being is flowing to you always. And if you were letting it in, you would be thriving in all ways. So if you're not thriving in all ways, it can only mean you're not letting it in. And if you're not letting it in, it's because you do that thing you do that doesn't let it in, that is always evidenced by negative emotion. So it's quite simple, isn't it? The negative emotion that I feel from time to time is my in the moment of doing it, egg all over my face, catching me right here and now of doing that thing I do, which doesn't let it in. And if I do that thing I do less and less and less, and let in the well-being more and more and more, then my life will be transformed. Sometimes people think that deliberate creation is really, really hard, and that you've got to figure out what you want, and you've got to practice those thoughts steadily, and you can't have any other thoughts other than those. Many of you practice the science of deliberate creation like you do all of the other hard, laborious, time-consuming things that you've discovered along your physical path. And what we are wanting you to come to the realization of is that practicing the art of allowing, hear that nice new title? Science of deliberate creation, yes. Art of allowing, that's where your emphasis is. Science of deliberate creation, it's a very good name, but it sounds like, science, hard, experiments, laboratories. The art of allowing, softer, easier. I'm going to get into a happy place as much as I can, and therefore be in the place of letting in as often as possible the things that I've been telling the universe that I'm wanting. So the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. We are eager to visit with you about anything that is important to you. You will discover a very nice order or unfolding, because as you made your plans to come, you have been vibrationally pondering, and we have received all of that. Sort of like the meeting has already taken place, and now we'll play it back where we can all hear it together. We really want you to focus for a little bit upon the idea of step 1 and step 3 not being the same step. We know that sounds obvious, but sometimes we see you really, really asking for something from your place of really, 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 really wanting it, but you're nowhere near the vibration of allowing it. You are still exaggerating all of the reasons why you want it, or all the reasons why you need it. And so we really want you to remember that you are not usually in step 1, which is the asking, and in step 3, which is the receiving, at the same time. And for that reason, as you sit in the hot seat here today, if there's something that you've really been working on that's really been a problem for you, something that you really, really want answers to, you're probably not going to be in the perfect receiving mode while we're visiting here. That's why it is sometimes of great advantage to you if somebody else asks your question. You're more likely to hear the answer to your question when you are not in the place of justifying the place that you stand. So all of this goes in the way of saying, just relax and have a wonderful time here today. It is our absolute promise to you that everything that is important to you, that you've been pondering recently, that you're wanting to know about, even if you have not spoken it out loud, we will chew on here together. And you will recognize your participation even if you do not sit in the hot seat. Affectionately called the hot seat. It's really not hot. Well, it's a little hot. You're ready to begin? Begin right here. Yes.